Hi. Yes. Oh, recording in progress. Yes. Hi, Isabelle.
Hi. What should I call you? The Iceman?
Iceman Wim.
Wim? Okay. I'm so grateful and excited to be interviewing you. It's an honor. I think you're incredible, and I can't wait for my followers and the people in the Philippines and Asia to get to know you more. First off, welcome. I'm here in Hong Kong. What part of the world are you at right now?
Amsterdam,
Amsterdam. Okay. Cool. So it's
the
not,
Netherlands.
yeah, it's not too late there right now. I think you're 7 hours.
No, it's 8 o'clock.
Yeah, okay. I guess the first thing I wanted to ask you was the Wim Hof Method. What is it to those who are watching and they're not familiar with it? How can you best describe what the Wim Hof Method is?
First of all, it is very simple. It is very simple and scientifically endorsed. That means no speculation about it. The effectivity of the Wim Hof Method, which is based on specific breathing techniques, gradual cold exposure, and mindset, is very effective, very strong, where science, medical science, did not know in the books how to go as a human into the autonomic nervous system that is outside of our control, and thus the immune system. Now we have access through this method into physiology, which was considered to be impossible to connect with. And now it's there. And this results when people exercise this method in very short period of time, like one day, they are able to tap into the autonomic nervous system. They are able to tap into the immune system. They are able to bring down depression because we are so deeply, suddenly connected with our physiology. And that was not known. So, in the end, the Wim Hof Method is very simple, very powerful, and anybody can do it.
Yeah. So for those listening, the Wim Hof Method, basically through breathing, is able to, let's say, fight, physiological and diseases, as you said, and is able to influence the immune system. And I've watched like so many of your interviews. I saw you on Goop, on Netflix, and I just thought it was incredible. People said that you were an anomaly, and you said, no, give me 16 people and I will train them in 10 days. Could you talk about that?
Yes, I can.
Able to do that, and what was the program like?
Yes. So it was not known that the immune system could be deeply influenced. Immune system deeply influencing means you can battle inflammation.
Okay.
And inflammation is the cause and effect of any disease.
Yeah.
So if we are able to activate the immune system better, then we are able to battle inflammation a lot better than until now known. Now we use pills and medicines, injections, therapies, and so on.
Yes.
When you are able to activate your immune system or to influence into your immune system much deeper, which we have shown, then suddenly disease becomes something completely different. They saw me doing this as one person. And then they said, yes, you are an anomaly. You are a superhuman. You are the Iceman. I say, no. maybe I'm a nice man, and maybe sometimes even a wise man, but I am not an anomaly. Anybody can do what I do. Then they said, but what you do is in the books written, it's impossible. And you say it is possible.
Yes.
Yes. And then finally, they gave me a group of people.
Yes.
Because they had
to test you and see if you could
yes,
them.
They tested me, and I could bring down the inflammation caused by injection of a bacteria. I could bring it down, whereas all the thousands of others, nothing, all sick.
Yes.
And me, not sick. So then I convinced them to bring on a group of people, and they did.
Yeah.
And then I trained them in 4 days. 4 days in the mountains, just in nature. Nature has the answers.
Amazing.
We only have to expose ourselves back to nature. That is the secret. The secret is thus: if we expose ourselves to nature again, then suddenly a deeper physiology awakens.
Yes.
And that physiology becomes in our control. Very simple. Then 4 days later, after the training, we went back into the hospital, and then they received a jab themselves, an injection themselves, and they all showed no disease.
They injected a toxin, correct? I think it was E. coli.
E. coli bacteria, which normally is a very aggressive bacteria. It can even kill people. So they were able within after thousands who could not, suddenly 16 people, 100% score within 15 minutes to bring down the inflammation caused by the injection.
That
was the proof.
Incredible. So
yes,
the Wim Hof Method was able to take these 16 people, bring them for 4 days back to nature. You trained them, and in order to test it, they willingly were injected with a bacteria or a toxin called E. coli. We all know what E. coli is. And they were able to fight E. coli through your breathing method and decrease the inflammation and fight that. I think that is absolutely marvelous. And what blows my mind is how you were able to get science also to back this up, because you did multiple tests and experiments, because people kept trying to say, no, your method doesn't work. It only works for you. I have a friend who said she did the Wim Hof breathing for, I think, 6 months, and she didn't get sick. She didn't even have menstrual cramps. And I absolutely love it. My next question is, how did you come up with that? Is it something you created because you had an experience? What made you craft or create this Wim Hof method and link it to science and say, you know what, this can actually influence our immune system? These cells in our body can be influenced to fight bacteria. I know you talked about that, the cells in your spinal tap that you can influence through breathing. How did you come up with that?
Yes, this is a matter of 4.5 decades.
Wow.
Which has come to my mind. I was looking spiritually for more depth in my life. And I wasn't aware, it was not in the books. I read about Buddhism, about Catholic Christian mysticism, about Sufism, about Mohammedism, all the esoteric disciplines I did, and but nothing really brought me to the depth of myself. And then I found myself one day in the cold, outside, walking, and I felt the attraction to go into the cold water. And I went in, and there my mind stopped. It was a feeling of, this is it. It was an incredible, simple feeling.
Yes.
But that is spirituality. That is spirituality. There where you stop thinking, where you simply are. Where the cloud is gone and the sun appears inside. Then you know. And from there, this is 46 years ago, there I never skipped a day to go into the cold water since then. It's simply because the water, the icy water, it just is so merciless but righteous. It brings you back to the deep awakening of your deeper physiology of the mind and body together. I was a soul searcher. At that moment, it began. And from there, I began to practice. And then a lot of people, or for decades, called me crazy, an idiot. Why do you go into the cold water? This is abnormal, and all that. And then I became in contact with the television and began to do things thought of in society impossible by humans. So I became a superhuman through the television. And then the scientists, they saw all the documentaries and they began, but what this man is doing in the books is said is not possible.
Yes.
But this man is doing it. So let's experiment upon him.
Yeah. I love the words that you used. You said the cold water is righteous and merciless, and it created a deep awakening, because here in Asia, especially me, I just gave birth. People are afraid of cold water.
Congratulations.
Thank you. If I drink cold water, it's like, oh, it's a big crime or a sin. And even taking a cold shower, it's a big no here. So when you talk about the deep awakening and how it's righteous and it's merciless, it's true. And that it's not a surface level type of relationship you have. You've really grown to kind of deepen your spirituality with cold water and ice, and it's so profound. I'm shocked. I thought
Yes.
it's just, on the superficial aspect of touching it and it's being cold and it's ice. No, it's creating that, I guess, sense of who you are inside you. And that's something I just learned now. I think it's really, really powerful.
Yes, beautiful. It's like giving birth to a child. You go to the same areas inside the brain and the body where there is the deeper physiology, where you learn to let go. And then the body takes over. And then the baby is able to come. This is like the cold water. In the cold water, don't fight the cold water. The water will, you have to surrender to the water. And then from the inside, the adaptive power will create a power inside that is strong enough to make the cold water, hey, it's okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And then your body is so strong because it has awakened to that power to oppose the icy water. The icy water is only saying, you are not strong. Learn to control, let go. And then the deep, strong power inside is able to shape. And that power is able to defy bacteria, bacillus, virus, depression, anything. And that is spirituality. Spirituality is able to defy everything. But because of this world, they go for money, power, money, power, power, money, power in millions of ways, and they lost it.
Yes, that's true. I mean, going back to nature. And so what you're saying is cold water can help fight depression, disease, and really your autoimmune system, make it stronger and help fight inflammation, right? Cold water, is that part of the Wim Hof method? Or when you say the Wim Hof method, is it just breathing? Or is it both?
No, it is an absolute, so like a cocktail. You can't take the parts of the cocktail out of there, because then there is no cocktail anymore. The cocktail is like one.
Okay.
One with a beautiful little lemon, and you can drink it and you enjoy. But you can't, if you take them all apart, it's different. It's no longer a cocktail. So the Wim Hof method is composed by specific breathing techniques.
Yes.
And they actually come from going into the cold water. Because
Okay.
what do? When you give birth, you breathe.
Correct.
When you go into the cold water,
You're breathing.
you breathe.
Yes.
Yes, I separated the two, but the breathing comes from the cold. So gradual cold exposure brings you to optimize the cardiovascular system. The cardiovascular system is 100,000 kilometers inside, millions of little muscles, and when you exercise them through going into the cold, then the heart rate goes down with 20 to 30 beats a minute for 24 hours a day. That means stress is out. And then the millions of little muscles bring the blood flow much better to the cells. So you get a lot more energy. So the cold makes the energy go up, heart rate go down. And that is a great inner power.
Yes.
That is your cardiovascular system, which is then your friend.
Yes.
And now, what was your first name?
Isabelle. Isabelle Daza is my last name.
Isabelle. You speak Spanish too?
I can understand a little bit, yeah.
Because, porque mi hija se llama Isabel también.
Claro, yes. Your daughter told me her name was
Yeah.
Isabelle as well. Good.
Isabel. So, yes, when we train the cardiovascular system, then we are able, by awakening the muscle tone of millions little muscles inside, we are able to make the arteriosclerosis, which is killer number one in our society.
Wow.
We can tackle it. We can tackle it by going into a cold shower. And this is what I always say, cold shower a day keeps the doctor away. You know?
Okay, I'm inspired.
Keep it simple.
I'm gonna take an ice bath soon. I think I'm so inspired by it. A lot of people don't know that you actually have a Guinness World Record for swimming under the ice. You've also done a barefoot half marathon in the Antarctic, is it? And it's just
Yes.
incredible what you are pushing your body to do and able to do. We think it's not humanly possible, but you're able to do it. My
Yes.
next question is,
Yeah.
can you teach the Wim Hof Method to children? And what age do you think is best? I have a 3-year-old son. I'm teaching him how to breathe, and we do meditations in the morning. I would love to introduce him to the Wim Hof Method. I think the holding the breath part is a bit difficult for him, but I'm trying. Is that something you've been doing, teaching children, or just?
Yes. They do it by themselves. They do what you love to do. They copy you.
Correct.
They follow you. They trust you. So if you like something that is good for you, little girls try lipstick on them.
Yes.
You know, they paint their whole face and all that. My oldest son is 38. My youngest son is 3.5 years, like your son. He goes also into the cold
Wow.
in the winter, but he is not thinking about it. He's just seeing me going into the cold. Then he comes barefoot outside, when there is snow on the grass, he
Oh,
comes with me. There is no problem. He did it already. He can be another Iceman and better. They should develop. In the end, children are very able to do this, and they love it. They love it. If you love something, that's the best way to teach.
my last question would be, what about mental health? How can the Wim Hof method prevent or help people having mental health issues, depression, and other signs of the need for help?
Mental disorders in any kind, most in depression, the lack of noradrenaline and dopamine, there is a lack. It's less than what is necessarily to be there. There is less. And that creates a neurological deficit. That is called depression. It's like no pressure. You cannot ride a bicycle and with the tires deflated. There is no pressure inside. Same thing. We have inside neurology, which needs pressure. When it is not there, then you can see there is a lack of noradrenaline and dopamine. You can see that.
Yes.
And so, if you go into icy water, what happens? Dopamine goes up with 250%. Noradrenaline goes up with 530%. These are facts. It is like a pill and no side effects.
Yes.
So going into the cold for the people with mental disorders is the best thing you can do. And do the breathing, because most of the depression is caused by inflammation, deregulating the immune system, and then it goes through the blood-brain barrier inside and deregulates the hormonal balance. And we are able to bring down, through the breathing techniques, anxiety, depression, psychosis. People become, like that.
Yeah.
Very simple.
Everything you said was true, that right now our society has the highest number of depression and anxiety. And it's also to do with an overload of information. You know, we have our
spiritual pandemic.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
We have our phones, we have our laptops, and that isn't to say that it doesn't have good effects, but sometimes we're overloaded, overstimulated. And I think, you know, breathing is one way to regulate ourselves. But what I love about your technique is that it's backed by science. You really talk about our anatomy and the body inside us. Is that something that you studied? Is that something that you need this to be backed by science?
Yes, Isabelle. Sometimes they say, or I say on stage or anywhere, I say, I'm not a doctor. I am better.
Yes.
Because I've been taught by nature. And nature has the answers where we as humans and the books have only lack of understanding. Nature knows. And nature knows more than me. Only I was so much in nature, I know something. I know something very good. And I can prove it. I can prove any scientist wrong. Or I challenge any scientist in the world, prove me wrong.
Wow, that's very bold. I love it.
Yes, because now I am working with the top researchers on the DNA in San Francisco of the world. And they are with me to exercise, to train, to research this method, because they see this is the future.
Okay.
This is the future for humans to get back into the depth of themselves, and there is no doubt about it. And it is very accessible, very powerful, and anybody can do it. And it is for free. Freedom, autonomy over yourself is freedom, and it is for free.
If you have a headache, you won't pop like a, ibuprofen.
No need. Another thing, if you have drunk too much beer or wine or this or that, if you do the breathing, then the hangover is gone, because it is very able to bring down the intoxication, poison,
Yes.
sepsis.
So
And this is something incredible. Only this already, I could make billions out of it. But I just give it for free. It's not mine. It's of nature. It's your inner nature.
I have my video guy here. He's like nodding his head. He feels so empowered. I think he wants to like go do some breathing exercises now. But lastly, for everybody watching, how do they start practicing the Wim Hof method? Is it waking up in the morning, doing your breathing exercises, holding the breath and then taking a cold shower and doing the same thing at night? Is that what they should do consistently every day in order to keep a healthy immune system?
Yes. If you just try it once and feel the difference, because feeling is the real understanding.
Yes.
So if you do it once and you say, there's nothing. Okay. But try first to do it once. Science is done. Sense is up to you. So if you do this in the morning, it's the best, because it has been shown if you do this in the morning, then the rest of the day, your blood is alkaline.
Yes.
It's good.
Why is alkaline important? Can you tell the viewers?
Yes. Alkalinity is the best biochemistry for your nervous system, your neurology, to run through your body and to do the necessary, to keep balance, to be able to act and react upon the environment, on stress. To battle stress, the best thing you can have is an alkaline biochemistry in the blood. And this breathing technique, it does it.
Amazing. I am just at awe. So before we end, would you please guide me in a very short one together so we can demonstrate to everybody watching how we could do it?
Before we do this, you can just look it up on YouTube, on my website. Very well explained.
Yes.
But we can do one round.
Sure. That would be my honor.
Nice.
Okay.
Good. So we are relaxed now. The world is not here. You are here. I'm here. We both go deeply, take in the life force, the breath. So take it fully in and let go. And fully in. Letting go. Fully in. Letting go. Fully in. Letting go. Keep on going. Anybody who's joining and seeing this, fully in. Just join. Don't think. Be. Feel the life force coming in. And let it go. The life force is able to get to any cell, to all the DNA, even into the ancestry, your genetical past, through your DNA. It's all here. And now, fully in, letting go. We energize the body. We bring the light to the body. It is as simple as it is. This is the bridge between the ancestry, the now, and into the future. It's all here. Feel that you are the access, the bridge between the time and the timeless being. You are built to be the queen, to have a corona, a crown. Fully in a king, the crown, the corona. It's all here. Fully in. 5 more. Now your body is fully oxygenizing, changing alkalinity. It's all happening. Just breathe in. Fully in. Letting go. Let the mind follow the last 3 breaths. Fully in. Letting go. Fully in. Letting go. Fully in. Letting go. Last one. Fully in. And let it go. And stop. Just stop. Breathe out. Breathe out, Isabelle. Stop. Now close your mouth. No breathing. We do this for 1 minute. No air in the lungs, and you are okay. Just stay cool. Witness. It's all right. We changed the biochemistry. There is no need for breathing. It's all right. No forcing. Okay, just breathe in. Okay, good. Now you're there. Let it go. It's like having the baby, like going into the cold. Just witness. There's a great power going on inside. The adrenal axis is being activated. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Fully in. Hold. Squeeze it to your head a little. Let it go. Yeah.
Ooh, I never make it to a minute. I'll be honest. I always do like 30 to 40 seconds. But
yes,
the purpose of holding your breath for a minute is, you said, it kind of re-establishes or like resets your nervous system, you said.
It really does. And why? Because we are, as humans, as mammals, we cannot live without oxygen.
Correct.
Just maybe a couple of minutes and we die. But if we change the biochemistry, and that's what we did, then suddenly we are able to maintain, even after exhalation, to maintain a retention, like not breathing. And then in the primitive brain, it says, hey, it's not breathing. Not breathing is a parameter inside. And then shoots out adrenaline. A very strong shoot out of adrenaline, a spike. And that resets the body to its natural condition.
Okay.
Then suddenly, the hormonal system works much better. The immune system works much better. Any inflammation in the body goes down. It's all there. So magic.
Amazing.
It's like, it's wonderful.
Yes.
And anybody can do it. Last thing, the adrenal axis, the adrenaline, the amount of adrenaline is much higher doing this than going into your first bungee jump.
Wow, okay.
It has been compared in scientific brain scans and blood proof. They compared this to people who were researched going into their first bungee jump. And it showed that these breathing techniques bring the adrenaline spiking, whoom, much higher.
Amazing.
And that means it resets the body to its natural conditioning, to the awakening of who we are and what we are by nature.
To the awakening. I love the last part. I want to say thank you so much for just educating me and everybody watching. My dream is for you to come to Asia and do like a Wim Hof, I don't know, like a camp for whoever
I
wants.
would love to.
Right? That would be so fun and amazing. And I just want to say thank you again for your time and your knowledge, and I hope to keep learning from you. And for all those who are watching, please check it out. The Wim Hof Method is on YouTube. He has amazing breathing exercises that you can do daily. I've been doing it for 2 weeks now consistently, but I haven't been able to hold my breath for a minute. I'm gonna try much longer, and that's it. And you have a podcast coming out as well. I saw that you have an app and you have a podcast coming out, so I'm gonna wait for that.
Great, thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm just gonna stop.